The biggest thing for the bully industry to overcome is showing the good and bad, not just the good all the time. In the beginning, it was a lot of struggle. I don't know everything, and I will never have that mentality of knowing everything. So I want to learn from everybody.
Hi, welcome to Bully Girl Magazine Podcast. I'm Gigi, your host, and today we are with Tiffany Rose Rodriguez from K9 Royalty. Welcome, Tiffany. How are you today?
Good, and you?
I'm good. So nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. And this beautiful puppy, does he or she have a name?
We haven't named him yet.
Oh my.
We're just trying to see if he's going to be a keeper or not.
How old is he?
He's actually 6 months.
Oh my, such a beautiful. I love that. I would like to do like to his
I
cheeks.
do it all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So you do whelping services.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So I do whelping services for a lot of breeders here in Florida. They drop off their puppies the day of birth. I keep them for about 4 weeks. I have all medical equipment on hand. If anything doesn't go, how do you say it, the best, whether they're fading or just need a little extra attention and boost. So a lot of the clients drop them off with me for 4 weeks.
Oh, that's so important what you do. And you had a very particular story with one of the puppies. Would you like to tell us about him?
Yes. I had one of my clients drop off a puppy that was born 5 days early. It was severely premature, didn't have no hair, lungs were not developed. A lot of the veterinarians told me not to waste my time with it because due to the lungs not being developed, it wasn't going to survive. But I put my all dedication in, and he went home when he turned 7 weeks.
Oh my, congratulations. That must have
Thank
been
you.
so stressful. How was that? Like, were you with him 24/7? How did you handle that?
Yes, it was a very time consuming. When he first came home, every 30 minutes, I had to constantly rotate him in the oxygen chamber because if not, all his blood and fluid would go to one side. So I had to make sure he wasn't getting hematomas. So for about 3 days, I didn't sleep. Finally, by the third day, I saw that he was realizing he was born and kind of moving around. So that gave me a little sigh of relief. But it was constant around the clock. A lot of oxygen, stimulation, antibiotics so he wouldn't get infections, and tube feeding because he didn't have any swallow reflex.
Oh my, such a baby. Poor thing. How is he doing today?
He's good. He is at home with his current owners, thriving, playful, rambunctious, a lot like this little guy right here. You wouldn't even know that he was born 5 days early.
Oh my. I think of like premature babies, and it's like so delicate. And this is the same. You're like a nurse, like a puppy nurse, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went to school for vet technician. I've been a vet tech for over 20 years.
And which are some of the things that you've learned in this journey that you say, like something that you learned that you wouldn't guess you would have learned during this career?
What I've definitely learned is coming into the whelping industry is nothing like the veterinary medicine industry. You have to completely be prepared for everything. If not, you'll have a lot of failures. So when I left being a vet technician to do this whelping full time, in the beginning, it was a lot of struggles. I had, a lot of struggles with puppies, keeping them alive. I didn't expect it to be as difficult as it is. It's very time consuming, and these dogs are very delicate.
So right now you have lots of litters. Tell us how many.
Yes, I'm up in 5 litters at the moment for clients. One of them is my personal litter, but the majority of them are for clients.
Oh, you also breed?
Yes, I am a breeder too. I do English bulldogs, bullies, Pomeranians, and exotic Frenchies.
I love that. And so what's the biggest number of litters that you've had at the same time?
The most amount of litters I had was 10 litters at once. I will not do that again by myself because I noticed that I'm not able to give the moms and the puppies the attention they need, even though I was very high in demand. And it's hard for me to say no to my clients, but I have to put their needs first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to give them the best you can.
Yes.
So you're doing everything on your own? Do you have a team? How do you work?
No, at the moment, I am doing everything on my own here at the house. I am getting together, a small team. I am starting to work closely with a couple of the females in this industry, which has been really nice. helping each other out, motivating each other to keep going, learning not to second guess ourselves and go with our instincts, because we tend to second guess ourselves a lot because
Yeah.
this industry is male dominant. So it is hard for us females to put our foot down. We have to.
Yeah. It's so important, like, to work together and support each other.
Yes.
So, but is it like, do you have like mentoring services, or is it more like a community?
I am starting to do mentoring services. Everybody knows that they can reach out to me with any questions. If I don't know the answers, I will find the answers. I did team up with Muscle Line Bulls on their one of their YouTube videos on how to fix a prolapse uterus. So I gave him a formula I use of a cream, and he tried it, and he actually did a actual YouTube on it.
That's so interesting. You were also telling me when we talked about your partnering up with another vet tech.
Yes, Nikki. They are actually starting this group called Vet Techs on Deck. I think they're doing amazing. They go to a lot of these bully shows to make sure that if there's dogs overheating or just getting dehydrated, they're there to actually help and make sure that we're not losing any more of these dogs at these shows.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
so
I think that's
important.
amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah. I'm really amused. That baby wants to kiss your face.
I
He will
know.
kiss your face.
He's a mama's
He's
boy.
committed. I love him.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
lover boy.
So that what you're doing is a handful. You're like really busy. Do you have like you're home all the time with your babies, right?
Yes. My home right now is a nursery. It's me, the dogs. But I really wouldn't change it for the world because I wake up every day doing what I love. I love rehabilitation. I used to work for animal rescue. So I do love the rehabilitation part, and Whelping feels like that for me.
Mm-hmm. That's so important. And what about testing? Do you test your breeding dogs for genetic health conditions?
Yes, I do DNA testing and health genetic testings because you never want to breed a male and female that have genetic markers because you don't want to pass it down to their offsprings. I do animal genetics and UC Davis.
Okay. And tell us, how do you socialize the puppies? You have lots of puppies right now. Well, they are with each other, but do you prepare them for their new homes?
Yes, each breed is a little different, so they each need different needs. Like this one, I'm working on him just listening. He's very stubborn, as you can see. But I try to desensitize them to noises. I do some training for like basic commands. Unfortunately, this little guy does not listen. He has a mind of his own. He's been my hardest one.
I love him. He's like kisses, 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 like from the beginning, and he's so cute.
What? Yeah, he's gonna be a handful.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yes.
Like, do you get attached to them? Like you feel like you can't let them go.
I do get certain attachment bonds, and it seems to be a lot of the ones that need my attention the most are the ones that I really do get attached to. I mean, I love all of them just like equally, but sometimes you just get that special bond, especially with the premature puppy. I'm checking on him constantly.
Yeah. Do you have like they send videos? Do you get to
Yes.
see him? That's so
Yes.
nice.
My
So
clients are
important.
great. They update me constantly. I update them constantly. I have amazing clients right now.
I love that. I love that. Do you have a favorite bloodline?
I don't have a favorite bloodline. I think every dog, the way you look at them, you have to, how do you say it? Everyone has a good quality to them. So I don't think it should be based on bloodline. It should be based on the actual dog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. So what do you think? We are Bully Girl Magazine. What do you think are some common misconceptions about the bully breed?
A lot of misconceptions about the bully breed is automatically people think that they're vicious. And a lot of times they're really not. There's gentle giants. It has a lot to do with the handlers and how they handle them. Socialization is a big part, and definitely training. If you don't have the proper training, you have one like this that doesn't listen.
Oh
We're working
my.
on it though. He just wants to
So,
give kisses all day long.
so how do you address these misconceptions with your potential puppy buyers?
I'm very honest with my puppy buyers. I let them know, if they don't socialize properly, if they don't get special training properly, if they're not stern with them because they're very stubborn, that
Mm-hmm.
they could literally overpower them, and that's something
Mm-hmm.
you don't want. You want to be the alpha of the house. You want to let them know that you're alpha and have their respect.
Yeah, that's so important. Um, so, in your opinion, this is very related to that. What are the characteristics of a responsible dog breeder?
Ones that listen when they're talking like for a potential home for the dogs. One that listens and asks questions. If they don't ask questions to the breeders, I wouldn't think that they would have the knowledge, or they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have the time and the patience with these breeds, because they can be handfuls as puppies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's talk about diet. What type of diet do you keep throughout the year, and do you have any specific brands you prefer if you do kibble?
I don't have a specific brand that I tend to gravitate to, because I do kibble, but I also cook like ground beef, chicken, lamb, sardines. I try to introduce them to all different flavors to kind of desensitize their body, so they don't have allergic reactions to certain proteins.
Mm-hmm. So that's the way you do it. You feed them like from an early age, and then you see how
Mm-hmm.
it works, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how many times a day do you feed your dogs? And you have a lot of dogs. So
Yeah.
how many times?
Everyone's different. So the bully breeds, the olders, they do get fed once a day. But if they have a slower metabolism, then they will get it fed twice a day. Puppies get fed 3 times a day. These
Mm-hmm.
size puppies from
Yeah.
8 weeks and older.
How was it for the premature puppy? How many, like, were you there? Like,
Well,
you had to be
premature
there all the
puppy,
time.
in the beginning, it was every 30 minutes. We had to
Oh,
get
wow.
Yeah, we had to get his kidneys kicking, his livers, all his organs processing. Um, a lot of fluids to keep him hydrated, because his skin, he had no fur, so his skin was getting dehydrated. Once we hit the 1 week mark, it was about every hour and a half, and then it went to about every 2 hours. Once it was 2 weeks.
Oh, my. Congratulations, because that was like really like you saved him. So that's so nice.
Yeah, this is my
Um,
second premature litter.
oh, my.
Yeah.
A full litter. Oh, my.
Yeah, there was, in my last litter there was 7 puppies, but by the time I got them there was only 3, and all 3 ended up surviving.
Oh, my. That's so nice. That's so
Yeah.
important. And I can't believe everything you're doing while at the same time breathing. Like, it's really something so admirable. Um, how do you keep them, well, in shape throughout the year? The older ones, how do you keep them in shape? You're
Um.
in Florida,
Mhm.
so it can get a little bit hot.
So in the morning time, I let them out in the morning time to run the actual yard. We have a little bit over a half an acre, so they get to run around outside from about 7 o'clock in the morning to about 8:30. Then of course the bully breeds can't be out in this heat anymore, so that they'll come back out around 6 o'clock to about 8 o'clock at night when the sun fully down.
That's important. Yeah, the heat can like, and I love how you know a lot about every specific breed and what they need. You have to know a lot about many different breeds, right?
Yes.
So walk us through the process of whelping when a client reaches you. How does that work?
So I like my clients to reach out to me during confirmation of the pregnancy. It gives me enough time to prepare, disinfect between litters, have the proper medications on hand if I need them. They drop them off the day of C-section. I do not take puppies after 24 hours. It is a lot. It can be a lot harder, and we don't know where the puppies were before, and I don't want to bring anything to harm any of the other puppies that are here. I
Mm-hmm.
keep them for about 4 weeks. I kind of school the clients on what they're going to need to prepare for, what they need. I do keep medical charts for each litter. I kind of run it like an animal clinic.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I will let them, if there's any special notes, they'll get a copy of the actual paper to kind of keep on top of certain things.
Right. And do they go to their homes directly from you to their homes, or do they go back to the breeder at some point?
They go to the back to the breeder at 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So they go like when we go to the doctor, we have like, if we change doctors, we have like a sheet with all the
Mm-hmm.
information. Do they need that?
My clients that have been with me for a while, they don't necessarily always take a copy of the sheet because they're very familiar with the way I do things. My newer
Mm-hmm.
clients, I will give them a copy and
Yeah.
special instructions.
And do you have any like vets that you work with, like you recommend for them to like attend once they are at their new homes, or?
I always recommend my vet in Kissimmee. He's a mobile clinic. They're amazing. They're not judgmental, especially to breeders, because a lot of these veterinarians nowadays, they shame the breeding process. Instead of stopping and educating potential breeders, they just automatically shut down and don't want to do anything with the breeder. They want to automatically spay the dog. And I feel like a lot of these veterinarians have completely forgot why they came to work as a veterinarian. So there's
Mm-hmm.
only about a handful that I recommend to my clients, and the vet in Kissimmee that I use is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, do you offer any health guarantees for the puppies during the whelping process?
During the whelping process, I don't, because we don't know what can happen. Puppies could be born looking healthy and then all of a sudden start going downhill. But as far as like my own puppies that go home to new new homes, I give a 1 year health warranty, which is actually
Mhm.
Florida law.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes,
So
it is
there's a
Florida law
Florida.
for 1 year health genetic. So for life-threatening health genetic defects in Florida, if a puppy was to pass away the first year, the clients that have purchased the puppy are to do a necropsy. The necropsy will let them know why the puppy passed away so young. They're supposed to contact their breeder right away with that necropsy report. And if it's something that was genetically life-threatening from passing on one of the parents, whether it's spinal, a heart defect, we are supposed to actually either one, refund the money back that they paid for the puppy, two, offer them another puppy, preferably not from the same parents until we figure out what transpired, if it was a fluke or if it was really genetics, or three, pay the vet bill up to the purchase price of the puppy.
Mm-hmm. Oh my, like it's very regulated, and I I feel like this is preventing like diseases to spread, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Um, so what advice would you give to any upcoming breeders or whelpers?
The advice I give to upcoming breeders is don't believe the hype that is put out. A lot of breeders tend to glorify the money that is made on these dogs instead of letting the process of what it took you to get to that point. They don't, how do you say, they don't put out there the struggles
Mm-hmm.
for potential whelpers. Even if we have the medical background in the animal field as vet technicians, we need to know that this whelping is not like it is in the medical field. Every puppy is different, every litter is different, and we need to be prepared for everything. Yes, we're not veterinarians, but our clients trust us to have the proper equipment to keep the puppy stable enough until we can get it to actual veterinarian.
Mm-hmm. That's such a good advice. So let's talk about shows. Do you currently show any of your dogs? Have you
I
ever?
haven't yet. I am actually attending my first Frenchie show, which is Go Viral Frenchie show in Miami this weekend. For Memorial Weekend is going to be Saturday, the 25th. It is my first show. I got my first booth. I'm extremely excited and nervous at the same time. But
Yeah.
I've been in the industry long enough with the whelping services of a little bit over 5 years. And I think it's time for me to be confident enough to attend these shows and expand my whelping services and get
Mm-hmm.
more on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll do great. The best of luck there this
Mm-hmm.
weekend. So, what do you think is the most difficult thing for people in the bully game to overcome? You were talking about women in the bully breed community or in the breeding community. Which other things do you think are things that we have to overcome?
The biggest thing for the bully industry to overcome is showing the good and bad, not just the good all the time. Don't glorify just the good. Show when you're struggling with a puppy. Show when you actually have a couple of losses. Show the good and bad. We all deserve to know the truth versus the good and bad, because I feel like if we put that out there more, a lot of non-responsible breeders wouldn't breed as much as they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so important. It's a great message.
And education. A lot of breeders that have come into this industry don't have the proper education, and I think education is everything. It doesn't hurt to pick up a book, network, just gather as much information as you can before you actually start breeding.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So important.
Yes.
So who do you look up in the bully game and why? Do you have like any, have you had any mentors?
I do have a couple of mentors, but I don't look up to just anybody. I think everybody in this bully industry has something to offer. So I think having not idolizing somebody and watching everybody, we can learn so much more. And that's the problem. There's so many people that idolize one specific breeder, and then they don't open their broad span of learning from other breeders.
Yeah.
Everybody has something to offer.
Absolutely. So you're going to this new show, you're going to your first show, the best of luck there. Do you have any main goals for this year? Maybe that's one of them.
One of my goals is definitely attending more of the shows here in Florida. Once I'm comfortable enough and more confident, then I do want to branch out a little bit more to the other states, especially California and Texas. I see there's a lot of amazing whelpers, a lot of amazing breeders, and I really want to learn from everybody. Even though I've been in the industry for over 20 years, I don't know everything. And I will never have that mentality of knowing everything. So I want to learn from everybody as much as possible. These dogs need it. They need us to have as much knowledge as possible.
Yes, they do. And that's a great mindset, like for life. Like learn whatever the most you can, be open. So what separates your service from the competition?
That's a hard question. What separates me is this is my love and devotion. This is what I love doing. I have been doing it since I turned 15 years old. And the fact that I'm open to always being educated and not acting like I know everything it is a big plus, because there are a lot of people that will shut down and get offended when a breeder reaches out and says, hey, you shouldn't do it this way. Why don't you try to do it this way? See if this helps a little bit more. So I'm always open. I'm very how do you say, like, mellow. I just want to help as much as possible, especially for these breeds. They need advocates. They need a lot of love and attention. They just need they need us.
That's great. That's great. So that baby is, oh my God, I need to have him right here. You have you have a handful with all the puppies, but do you have any other hobbies or interests that you take part in?
I do paint. I do a lot of drawing, so that's what I usually do on my downtime to kind of decompress a little bit. I used to do horse riding. I haven't done that in a couple of years. I want to say in about 7. But I love horses.
I love them too. So last but not least, what do you think of Bully Girl Magazine?
I actually love it. I didn't hear about it for a few months. I just learned about it. And when I was reading about the creator and how he overcame so many obstacles in order to start this bully magazine, it's almost like the bully breeds. They have to overcome so much, and they have to be so persistent. And just another thing that I learned was that they have a prison program for subscription. And I think that's another good thing to keep, just within the community to help as much as possible. I really do enjoy like how you guys highlight some of the breeders, the different dogs, the pictures. and just how he came about with the magazine.
We love that. We love Bully Girl magazine, and LeVar is a genius. So thank you so much, Tiffany Rose Rodriguez, for being here today. It was such an honor having you with us. Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
The only thing I say is, if you're coming into this industry and you're going to be a breeder, educate yourself. Don't be afraid to reach out to other breeders, other whelpers, to ask questions. No question is a stupid question. And don't make anybody make you feel that way. If you don't get the answers you want, just go to the next person. Find somebody that's willing to teach.
Absolutely. Lovely message. Thank you so much for joining.
You're
and
welcome.
Thank you for watching. Oh, please, it was our honor having you and that baby that wants to kiss your face all the time. So thank you for watching at home. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to follow Bully Girl Mag on Instagram. Visit BGM Warehouse to get some awesome bully breed apparel. And don't forget to purchase the latest issue of Bully Girl Magazine. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tiffany.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.